Welcome to Coffee with Carey. Have you made it a point to grab a copy of my free guide yet? It's called The Ultimate Guide to Meeting People in the Wild. Unleash the magic of real world connections. I know I've mentioned it here and there, made commercials to remind you about it in the middle of episodes, and linked to it in every video description since I made it. But I don't believe I've shared with you what the guide is meant to accomplish, who it was created for, and why it might be helpful to you. So that's what I wanted to do briefly today, just so if you're interested in connecting with people in person, with actual humans, people you're attracted to in the real world, not online, then make sure you stick around because meeting in the wild and the guide, that's what's on the agenda. Number one, the guide was created for singles who want more out of dating than endless swiping. It's a second way to meet people beyond the apps or online dating world. My intention is to not stop you from continuing to use your apps or the online dating sites if you're enjoying them or if you're having success with them. But I wanted to remind you and point out some best practices if you're interested in a secondary way of meeting people to date. You can do it all. Two, if you're the type of person who prefers the authentic nature of face-to-face 3D interactions, or you know about yourself that you're better in person than you are behind the screen of your phone or computer, then this guide was written for you. Three, if you're a person who's bored by online dating, bored with the same old, tired of seeing the same dating profile, yours and theirs, over and over again, and receiving the same first messages. Hey, how are you? Hey, how you doing? Then maybe meeting people in the real world would be a nice change of pace for you. This guide could be helpful. It's also maybe great to reinvigorate you to get back to that after you've taken a break. If you're burned out on the whole dating scene, but only meeting people through technology, then maybe it's not dating you're burned out on. Maybe it's dating people that you've never met in person and hoping that you're getting a true and accurate representation of these people, and then sometimes not. If you're certain that 90% of the people online are just scammers and fraudsters because 90% of the people reaching out to you start by explaining that they're not in the country right now, but they have a really fantastic job overseas and they're going to be back soon, then they begin love bombing you, and despite never having met you in person, share with you how they're certain you're the one because you are that darn amazing through your computer screen. If this has happened to you and it's happening more often than you'd like, then my free guide is for you. Also, reminder, meet them within a week or delete them. That's my one simple rule that prevents you from ever being scammed by a romance scammer. And literally all you need to know about that. No other qualifications required. Follow that rule. You're good. If you find yourself wishing you could just get past the back and forth messaging on the app, past the back and forth texting off the app, and just get to the date more quickly. And by the way, don't be texting back and forth once you've made plans with this person and the date's on the books. The only communication you should be having is to confirm that your date is still on and about where or what time you're going to meet. That's all the back and forth you should be having. If you just want the date to happen more quickly without all the tech talk, then my free guide is for you. Next, if you're a person who is only on the dating apps or using online dating because you think that's the only way people are meeting these days, but you actually prefer face-to-face meeting, then you'll be happy to know that you're not alone in preferring the old-fashioned way of meeting people. The good news is that the pendulum is swinging in the other direction. Meeting in the wild is on the rise. It's a push I've been making for the last couple years, and that's why I created the guide, for you. And then there are those of you who are not doing online dating at all. You haven't bought into the whole technology of meeting people through your laptop or your phone, but you're perhaps not having the amount of success you'd hope for when approaching people in real life. If that's the case, this guide was written for you. So what is the reason for creating this guide you keep talking about, Carey? Oh, I'm so happy you asked. The purpose of the guide is to help you plan out your dating goals, prepare to put yourself out there as your best self, help you figure out where and how to approach people, give you helpful tips on how to start and master conversations with someone you meet in the wild, give you some insights into flirting and connecting with strangers you hope to meet and know better. And then also what to take away from the experience when it goes well, or when approaching someone doesn't lead to love, or maybe even the date you were hoping for. So if any of that is interesting, I encourage you to download the guide. I don't know how many times I can annoy you with this reminder, but it's 100% free. So grab your guide. The link today is in my description box, as it always is, but I will lift it to the top so it'll be right there when you open it up and you can find it more easily. As always, I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you'll check out this next episode. It's about flirting. This could also help you in meeting people out in the wild. And don't forget to give Mom her thumbs up and subscribe before you leave. I look forward to seeing you back here again soon. And until next time, have a good one.